Good, everybody. Bullish today, yeah. Today, indeed. Some key annotations here. Yeah, this low should be safe because it swept out this low inside the London session, and then we saw, that reversal from MWOG displacement. We got the breaker here, here. So this buy side is likely to be taken. I think this buy side can also be taken. Pretty simple game plan today. Game plan. Let's do it like this. High probability longs. London low, likely safe. Thursday high target on ES NYM into took. Old daily high targets. All-time high on SPY. Simple game plan. Pretty simple game plan today. Something we pretty much have all the time. Whoops. Great. Well, how's everyone doing? What's good, boys? Can't tell if I'm bullish or bearish. Well, maybe you have to wait for more information. Took the long afternoon from the 5-minute gap to high. Nice, bro. Nice, yeah. Daddy, I don't know what that is. Sorry. Your internet is lagging? I don't think so. It doesn't say that I lagged. Usually it would tell me. So I don't think it's me. You reckon we take data low? No. Wait, is it this one or this one? No, I don't think we should not take data low for bullish. I would fade that. You know what I want to do? I'm gonna run a freaking statistic on how often we take 830 low or bullish. Oh, I am lagging? Maybe it's just TikTok. Is YouTube stream lagging, guys? For those of you who are on YouTube? Well, what's lagging? Is it like my face or YouTube stream's good? YouTube stream's good. No. It's good. Even on TikTok, people are saying it's good. They're being scammed here. I don't know. We'll see. It should all fizzle out and be fine. Live account open up today. Let's do that. You're chilling. His internet's bad. Okay. So today we'll be trading alpha futures. We'll do alpha futures and my live account potentially. Nvidia opening up strong, plus 1.5%. Okay, let's open up the live account. Let's sign in, get everything ready. Yeah, what I want to do is I want to run a statistic on how often we take data low when we're bullish in regular trading hours, because I feel like people just pattern trade it so much. And I wish I could just tell them, statistically speaking, it's like whether, I mean, maybe it is more likely. I don't know. But in my opinion, we should not go all the way down there. And I know whoever started that data low trend does not actually have statistics on it. They may see a pattern where we continuously take it, which is great. It's good that they like manually sell. But what's the actual chance that we take data low on any given day? You know? especially if it's a shooter candle like this. You gotta have those statistics. If you're gonna make a model about it, you better know. Good day. This is S&P 500. ES did not take previous day's high. Potentially the micro did, but I'm anticipating higher. Regardless, it doesn't really matter if we did. You're right. The micro set, I think, perfectly equal highs. Anyways, the E-mini S&P contract H delivery did not. Even if it did, doesn't really matter to me. I'm still gonna be looking for a run above that, potentially more. Well, you got Tradezella, nice, bro. You'll enjoy that. NQ did, yeah. NQ definitely did. YM and ES haven't, so I think we can still go higher for sure. Hope we get a nice retrace. Simple textbook idea would just be like touch the 15-minute here, then go up. Nice beard as always. Thank you. Thank you. No way it goes down. Two-stage delivery. So why are you bullish? Weekly power of 3 says bullish. Daily power of 3 says bullish. And higher time frame order flow also says bullish. So I'm not anticipating any move lower. And now that I think about it, if I remember correctly, email from Tradezella. What's good, boys? Yep. If you funded today, I'll be trading with Alpha Futures. Live will be restricted again, bro. Every time restricted. I'll be trading with Alpha Futures today, and my live account potentially. Yeah, there was a good buy side here and here, but it's fine. I mean, we could have a trend day. I do have to check. We're all loaded up. We're all signed in. Ready to execute. Probably will execute ES today. I don't know. I've just been having a good time executing ES. So, hi, Gatie. Question regarding copy trading for multiple accounts on Lucid Flex. Is it possible? Of course, yes. You can copy trade Lucid with Lucid, or you can copy trade Lucid with other prop firms, Alpha, Lucid, FundedX, whatever, Apex. There's no restrictions, and there's no futures prop firm, at least the ones that I'm with, that have any restrictions on trade copying. You can copy them all with each other or on its own. So you don't have to worry about that. So how big are these candles today? So the game plan's here. I think you guys get it, right? Could just go up and LOL never retrace? Possible. Then I missed the move and fine. You think data loads of NP? I don't think it's likely to be taken. I don't have the statistic, but would. I'm not personally going to be looking for it, and I don't think it will be taken. Although I could be wrong. Assuming we're bullish, right? Obviously, if we're bearish, then well, obviously this low and this low. Obviously, right? 1 sec. I'm gonna send this email, then we'll get started. I'm just gonna mute my mic. There's no activation fee on Alpha Zero, no. So if you're starting out, I highly recommend. Oh, sick! Yo, TradeZilla is gonna add like a little dashboard that you can like keep track of how much money you're spending on these firms. That's really cool. People need to know. I don't think people realize. Yo, so yesterday, guys, I made a post on Discord. I made a post in the Discord talking about how you really can just take a 10K account and really just grow it through the course of 1 year. Oh, bootcamp student says live in Discord. Anyways, you can really just grow a account to like 6 figures really over the course of a year. And I guess that's my goal. I'm gonna try to grow this account to around 6 figures by the end of the year. Look here when you're talking to me, brother. Nobody's talking to you specifically. Anyways, I think we can, see the bullish bias in play. I am in a SPY call swing option. So I do want to see where this opens at. If we can get above the all-time high, that'd be great. Or be up a decent amount already. So hopefully we get a huge gap up. The options account's going good. Thank you for asking. Do you use midnight opening range gap? No. Oh, midnight opening range? No. Not the first 30 minutes. Midnight open trade with 20-point stop. What account size for what? I have many accounts. Many accounts. Anyways, I don't need true day open here. We'll leave previous day's high as an annotation for potentially looking for what we can aim for. How big are these candles? So 10 points. We're going to be looking for around a 4-ish to 5, anywhere from like 4 to 6 micro-ish trade probably. CPI, that's a good strategy, bro. You could do like 25 points, 30 points. I think 30 points is a good entry for CPI. Do you know if the 30% rule applies to the Apex safety net rule? What? It applies for, what do you mean? Like, does it apply? It's like, it applies to requesting a payout, I guess. So if you want to be eligible for a payout, you simply have to make sure that, let me measure this gap. Hold on, let me run quadrants on this. Sorry, let me just lock in here for a sec. I don't need that to be so big. Let's also make it dashed. Okay, so we have a huge org here. I'm going to remove previous day high because it's pretty much same as org 1. We have a 37-point gap. What's the probability of 25% here? By opening up pretty much near all-time highs. Cool. Cool stuff. Cool stuff, dude. You gotta have that 30% when you request a payout. I don't know if that answers your question, but I've been doing some PM session data collection, and you'd actually be most of you probably be surprised. You can really use lunch session to determine what PM session is going to do pretty accurately, I would say. Very accurately, actually, I'd say. So it's pretty interesting. Anyways, this is a what 37-point gap. 37-point gap. So we're looking at like this. 25 org 50. I mean, you don't want to fade org 50, that's for sure. You don't want to fade org 50. There's about a 60% chance we get there in the first 30 minutes. So we're pretty much gonna have to wait for a 9:30 manipulation and then look for longs. We don't want to see org 50. Not in the first 30 minutes. If we do, like, it should be sensitive. So we've been in this situation before. Basically, we want to find support somewhere here, right? Anywhere here, finding support for higher prices is a good play. And our main target for today will be the daily buy side. And who knows, maybe all-time high is. It's also possible. I mean, it's in the crosshairs. It's 33 points away. So you can basically ask yourself from right now, are we likely to fill org or take out all-time highs? Well, we know the statistic on org is unlikely. So if we're going to move 33 more points, it's probably going to be towards all-time highs. Just statistically speaking. So we'll definitely use that to our advantage. And I think I'll do something like this. Make org a little bit cleaner. Be using that probably the whole day, actually. So we want to wait for a move below that or opening range gap high. We just wait. If we can find a setup, I think the 15-minute gap right here could be great. Also, a super this low, I think it's a 30-minute gap. Yeah, 30-minute gap could be great. So realistically, anywhere in here would be amazing to take a long. Now, let's say hypothetically the market just pumps. I can also take a 10 a.m. continuation, right? So ideally, we see a manipulation below. If not, that's okay. How can you see opening range gap? So you're going to click here. The easiest way, settings, symbol. Just switch to regular trading hours. So you can toggle electronic or regular. You can also do that in the bottom right of your screen. You'll see the gap. Closing price, opening price. You can lay the quadrants on that. And you can find, well, I know, the probabilities of each quadrant being hit, right? And today's not a day I'd want to fade, meaning not expect ORC 25. In fact, you could even take a classic model short towards ORC 25. I'm not going to do that, but we were tape reading trades like this yesterday. I'd rather just wait for the potential long because I'm trading my actual accounts today. So save my capital for the better trade if it forms. So the ORC 25, I wouldn't look for ORC 50. It can happen. I wouldn't look for it though. I'd probably just look for this 30-minute gap to be touched. So this is now your engineered buy side. The lower this goes, the better. I don't mean like the lower. I mean like the more fast, the more quick, the more displacement, then the more confirmation it is that it's going lower, right? I like the displacement we're seeing now. So the best thing that can happen now is if we get something like this, be a perfect long. Otherwise, we just wait. How do you know if you are in all-time highs? Sorry, I don't understand your question. Your live is lagging? I don't know. For me, it doesn't say it's lagging, but I guess some people have been saying that, so I don't know. Maybe it is. Can't do much about it, though. You sound like, yeah, I don't want to see org 50. Now, if we do get, like, it's it's more likely to not get hit. However, if we do hit it and get a strong, like, use it as a factor for likely continuation or reversal. Like, if we're gonna hit it and then strongly move, there's a good chance that's gonna play. You know what I mean? I don't want to see it get hit, but it doesn't really matter. What I'm waiting for a long, you know. So if we're gonna come down here, even if we get org fill, I'm still gonna be bullish because I don't think this low will be taken all the way down here, right? So regardless, we're bullish today. I'm not gonna be taking any shorts. Um, let's see how low this goes. Who knows? Like maybe we are, if that's assuming we're bullish, right? Obviously, by the way, right? There's no FOMC today, brother. Assuming we're bullish, we don't want to see these. Obvious. Well, it's either way, even if we're bullish or not. No, there was no bias testing when it comes to the gap fills. So I want to fade org 50. If we do get org 50, I want to see a very quick, speedy reaction. What I really don't want to see is a setup form down here, like in this portion. That's like a red flag. This should stay open. We should find our setup long somewhere in here, ideally. So there's org 25, and we take out this low right here. That's also the 15-minute gap and the 30-minute gap touched, right? You see a breaker in here as well. Gold inversion. I like this low. If we get a strong break higher now, I'll probably enter long. Call it a 30-second CISD. I'll take it off the 30-second. Why ES instead of NQ? I've just been backtesting ES a lot more recently, and statistically speaking, well, I just got more statistics on it, not statistically speaking. Also, just better risk, right? I'll able to add more contracts without over leveraging. I can get more precise to my risk. I can have multiple contracts, so I can actually partial, right? Org 50 is 50% of the opening range gap, or the regular trading hours gap, whatever you want to call it. So I want to see a potential break here. I think I'd want to see a lower low. No, actually, I like where we are right now. We don't really have to go lower. I guess one more soup and then break above here. I can try that long. If it's speed, it's got to be speed. Speed is what's going to determine that it's strong. So if we get a strong push right now, I'll enter long. It needs to be really strong, though. Speedy, strong. Show me that it wants to respect org 25, this gap, this low, and not come here. If it's not going to be speedy, it's probably not bearish. Or, sorry, it's probably not going to switch bullish. So speed will be the number one factor here. And displacement, obviously. So far, no speed. Okay, there's some speed on this candle. We'll see if it can get the follow through that's required for me to click the buy button. I'm not going to jump the gun here. I'm going to wait for closure. So no preemptive buy or sell. Want to wait for closure. We do have an SMT at 845 low. I like that. Okay, no closure. We'll see what the next candle does. Or if this candle in 25 seconds can get above, I would take that. They're a 5-minute bearish above us. 4, 3, 2. No, it's all balanced. So if we do get above that, it'd be a good sign. No. I may still take it if the next candle does it. It's kind of sloppy though. in my opinion, now. I would have much rathered it happen earlier. And just, if this candle did it, I would have been in long, but, you know, you don't want to front run that wick. So, staying patient for now. Could always come back at 10. Org 50 on NQ. Well, the statistic I gave you was for ES, dependent on size. Org 50 NQ, close, open. I took a long the other day. No, it didn't reach Org 50 on NQ. I took a long the other day. Org 50 SMT. It was actually quite interesting. There was a divergence at Org 50. Yeah, I mean, I think we should be respecting this 30-minute gap if we're bullish. We have an SMT here. We may see a lower low. Like, we may see price come take this out. And then maybe Org 50. Just the way the structure is. It's also more volatile. So, like, I'm sure if you look at NFP days with large gaps, you'll probably find that Org 50's probably hit more. Right? Yeah. I want to trust this low, but there's not enough speed or displacement. So, we really want to wait for probably the next 15-minute candle at least. So, 9:45. What I'm looking for now is, can we trade into this gap right here? And if so, respect the upper portion of it. That would be a good sign that we are bullish. I'm going to mark out that 15-minute fair value gap. I'm going to mark it out with a slight gray. It's all black. So that gray box, that's your 15-minute bullish fair value gap. I think we're going to make a lower low into it. So I think we'll get another candle that goes down. I wouldn't trust any breaker or any CISD, anything like that. I probably only would trust like a break above this high now. And if we get that, we can look for something like this. But it'd have to be all the way up there. And we'd have to form a fair value gap. Like, I need to see a lot more to go long now. Unless we get like this. Then I can go long here. Because then it's a cleaner manipulation. I want to see a clear, obvious manipulation below the 930 opening price. And then a clear, obvious displacement leaving. This is the 1-minute chart. You'll see that at the bottom of the screen. It says 1M. How do you chart on ES but trade MES? So on my live account, I'll be executing on my phone. Whatever, you guys can't see. On my live account, I execute on my phone. On my funded accounts, well, I have a separate monitor, right? I have 3 monitors. So I'm taking my live account and on my live account and funded accounts on separate execution monitors. That way I can chart on the mini, execute the micro without any issues, delays, you know. And if I need a trade copier, I have that ready to go as well. I'm not using one today. I'm just trading alpha today. But we can always have a trade copier attached. What haircut do you get? I asked for like a fringe fade yesterday. I wanted it to be like more curly heavy on the front and then a nice taper on the side. So it's a taper. Are you in longs? No, you'll see me if I'm in longs. I'm not gonna hide any trades. Right now, there's no confirmation. Nasdaq is giving a small setup, but it's weak. I don't trust it. It's not clean, and the other two are not forming the same setup, so it's a red flag for me. Are you working out? I have been, yes. BP edit. I don't know. Can I see your profit? I haven't taken any trades yet today. Maybe the 5-minute inversion. What? How many? 4 minutes for that candle? It's 9:45, which is good. What's not good is that this 15-minute low is going to be potentially the low. I may enter a buy here with half risk. I think it would be worth it. Depends how strong we go. Like, if we can really break above this. I'll buy it. I'll buy it. 7 contracts, quick math, 7 times 5, 35. I don't even know the math, bro. I put in 3 cons. What am I at? Okay, 3 cons is about half risk. 4 cons, good too. Stop is 991.5. Okay, so 4 cons, 3 cons. I'm going to try to add one more. I'm going to go to the 30-second chart here because that's where you'll see the clear, pretty much ICT 2022 model. I didn't take the trade on my live account because I'm signed into the wrong account. Maybe saved. We'll see. Market structure shift, fair value gap. It looks like we're immediately getting stopped out, but market structure shift, fair value gap right here. We'll see if that gets respected. If it does, I'll buy in on my live account as well. So this is the 30-second chart. This is your fair value gap, market structure shift. If we break above the high, I'll move my stop and add. In fact, I'll move my stop now. 993. So slightly de-risking. Looks like we may get stopped here, but I'm moving my stop prematurely here at 99375. So we're seeing $130 on this trade on alpha. And if we break above here, I'll buy more. If we break above here, I'll buy more. So if we get a stronger candle, especially going into the 950 macro, I like YM retracement right here. Looks good. Trade like this would be 7 times 5. So we'll see if this fair value gap holds. So that's your market structure shift. Value gap. See if we get confirmation. Although this kind of was already like a red flag, I'm not going to lie. We shouldn't have seen this far of a move down. But looks like it's a little bit sloppy. So if we can get a closure above here, if the market can expand aggressively, I can add a contract. It needs to be really showing confirmation though. So realistically, I need to see this inversion right here. Currently, we're respecting it with speed. If we do get stopped, what I'll be waiting for is something more like this. And then I will try again. Same setup. Assuming this fair value gap fails to hold. Currently, the body is respecting it, but it's a little bit too slow. There is an SMT with YM, so maybe now we can move higher. But it's hard to say. If we don't get speed within the next minute or so, not a good sign. I do like that we moved the stop loss. We were risking 170. Now we're risking 135. The 3 macros on alpha. If we get a strong candle, I'll still buy it. I'll still buy another contract, but so far, no strong candle. The SMT is there, but if you look at YM, it's actually just displacing lower. Okay, there we do get stopped. So now what we're going to wait for, or what I'm going to wait for, is I want to see it come here. I want to see a full, like this. And I'll go on the 1-minute chart. We'll stay on the 1-minute chart. So this was that discount 15-minute fair value gap. Although I didn't want to see price come here. Looks like we are. So we do have an SMT here with NQ as well. I still want to see it go a little bit lower if I'm being honest. Okay, there we do get the tap, which is good. We'll see if we end up taking out this low right here. That's what I would want to see probably. That would be like the best. Easy to trust. So if we get something like this, I'll go long. 30 seconds CIST would be right here. So we'll wait for that. See if that forms. There is an SMT here, so I'm not going to demand it go lower. We may have to try again here, half risk. I'll wait for closure. If the 30-second close is bullish, I'm going to try it again with half risk. We're going to stay half risk the entire day today. This NFP protocol. So as long as we don't lose more than 2R. So worst case, we lose 4 trades, half R. Okay, then we're down 2R and we just call it a day. But I do want to give this delivery a chance here. We do get the inversion, but we don't get the CISD, so I don't trust. I don't trust it yet. To me, it looks still bearish. First presentation on NQ? Good question. Probably none of them. Maybe this small one. Probably wouldn't trust any of them. If we get a strong candle here, I'll buy it. What's the risk on that? 10 times 5 is 50. Yeah, so we can go 3 cons at the high there. Or even better, we come out, soup this low, and then break. And then we get a real SMT here from the external drive, the external low, and then NQ can make a lower low as well. That would be ideal. That would be the best setup if we get this. For now, we'll wait and see. YM's pivoting a little bit higher. NQ still respecting that divergence at the internal low. I want to see that lower low. Ideally, right here. I'll have an SMT there. So if ES can just go a little bit lower, that would be great. It's not bad if you chart on MES. It's not a big deal. I've been in a slump lately. What do you recommend when on a losing streak? De-risk and keep showing up. But I take this breaker. I get faked out again, but everything's there. The narrative's strong. See if we get a break. I'll probably try it again if we do. I'm happy to keep trying with half risk. But ideally, we see this. That would be better. It may not happen. There's still an SMT here with NASDAQ. YM's kind of pivoting higher, so we'll wait and see. But as of right now, ideally, best case scenario for a long setup here. 950 macro as well. How low can my balance be on a 50K account for the CPI glitch? You can do it with like 200 bucks, bro. It's not a glitch, by the way. People have been doing this for like years. Lucid code is Gatie. Gatie. And if you use my code, let me know in Discord. A lot of people message me on TikTok, Gatie, I used your code. If you want to join the giveaway, you got to message me on Discord. That's where I'm adding people's Discord usernames into the giveaway. We're running a pretty big giveaway, so if you want to join, let me know. I wasn't short on my SL was a sell limit, and I panicked and closed. Code for trade scale. It's not my code, but you can use code SAVE10 for the copier. It's not my specific code, but SAVE10. I can't put it in the chat, but it's you know how to spell it, bro. SAVE10. There you go. Can I full port with Lucid Flex? You can full port like half. Like you can get half the amount. Holy chop, yeah, pretty sloppy first 30 minutes here. You can message me. A screenshot would be ideal, or message me Save 10 with a V. Lucid legit? Yeah. Oh, very legit, brother. They're like very established now. Just send me your first name and I can add you. So screenshot or first name, up to you. So if we get the sell side here, then the market structure shifts, I'll take the trade. This black line is what I want to see. Yeah, YM looks a little bit cleaner. You're right. The best account to full port on CPI other than Alpha. The best account for CPI is Apex. That's the best one to like. Your chances of passing are so high if you do it with Apex. That's the best one. If you don't want to use Apex, I'd probably recommend Lucid Pro. CPI's on Friday. The one day I trade, it's chop. It's okay. You want to see AMD play out? I'm expecting 10 a.m. to be a little bit better. If the first 30 minutes is meh. Yeah, Apex works really well with NFP and CPI. Yep, we took the low. NQ took the low. Looks like NQ will also take the low. Now we're getting displacement to potentially Oryx 75, which is like a red flag. So we may see a pretty... No, we're still good. Oryx 75. I don't want to see Oryx 75. We did touch that small gap here, so I'm going to annotate that. It's the last time if the world we do get Oryx 50. I don't want to see Oryx 75, but it's possible. It's already unlikely. So we're already, messing around with potentially unlikely territory. I'd really want to start seeing the setup form relatively soon. I may even take this inversion's a 15-second CISD, so I may even take that. Really. Now, if we're bullish, we should respect 50% of this wick. We shouldn't even go to 50% if we're bullish. So we'll put it out there, see if it gets there, see if it doesn't. It could go data lows. I mean, it's almost there. Looks like we will get there. I wasn't anticipating it at the time, but we may see a full sweep of pre-market lows here, which is quite rare. Quite rare in this scenario. Very rare in this scenario, actually. I'd be really surprised if we touch Oryx 75 here. It's always possible. There's a 25% chance that we're going to hit this level. Give or take 5 to 10, 5 or 5, give or take 5%. 25% chance that we hit there by 10:30. So if we're bullish, I really don't want to see Oryx 75, let alone Oryx fill. So like really, I'd want to see this setup start to form, relatively soon. Otherwise, today's just one of those days that's counter to statistics. I want to trust like a 15-second breaker here because I want to fade Oryx 75. So if we get a strong move, I'm going to click the buy button. Because like I said, we shouldn't really be trading into Oryx 75. It's pretty low chance that we do. So if we get a strong, I'll take it off the 15-second CISD, which is right here. So we'll see if we get this small inversion. Looks like we're not, unfortunately. PropStep's still legit. I mean, they're going to pay you out. It's just their rules are a little bit getting worse. It's not that big of a deal. Yeah, data low is possible. 8:30, always possible. I wasn't anticipating it. It's unlikely, statistically speaking, in this scenario, but if the market's going down, that's probably more important than the statistic, right? But personally, I'm going to be fading it. So if we get a strong displacement here, I'll enter buy. I'll try again, half risk. I'm going to trust this statistic. Just need a good buy here. And I think I might front run this gap. We're going to try it. I'm going to front run it. I'm in long. I don't know why it's not showing. Only 3 contracts, so I'm only risking 115 bucks on this trade. It's an aggressive entry, but I want to be aggressive here. I want to fade org 75 being hit. So if we go lower than this, we're going to hit org 75. So that's the idea of this trade. Don't want to see org 75 hit. I'm in with 3 contracts, so I'm under risk, and hopefully we can add, probably 2. Already not a good reaction. Already looks like we're going to get stopped. So maybe we are just bearish, It is unlikely, yeah. So pretty much immediately stopped out there. So definitely offside. Definitely offside. We front ran that inversion. It didn't inverse. Looks like we will get org 75. It's gonna touch right now, most likely. Which is very rare, but it happens. We'll see if we get org fill, which is ultra rare. Now, if the next candle gives me this, I will try it again. Fading org fill. Exact same idea. So I'll wait here on the 30-second chart, see if we get a breaker. I will wait for a closure this time. If we do get it. Currently, we're down 250 bucks. Down 250 bucks on the day so far. Black. If we do get a strong push, I'll take it again. Fading that, there's a low probability chance that we get here by 10:30. So I'm using that to my advantage. If we get a strong break, I'll try it again. I'll try it again with half risk still. And if we go down to minus 500, that's where I'll call it. But we'll see. We shall see. Oh. Fast up. Market's very bearish right now, so we're just gonna watch it go lower. I'm not gonna flip bias. I'm not gonna look for shorts. I'd be offside with statistic, and I don't want to do that. Rather trust my statistic until it simply just fails. There's an 11% chance that we trade here, statistically speaking, in the last 5 years. So it's a pretty low chance. And it doesn't really go up that much after we even by like 11:30, you still want to fade it. Like you really don't want to. It's pretty unlikely we're gonna trade here at all on the day, let alone an AM session. So I'll wait. The data low is here. We'll see how low this goes. What time is org? Org is the opening range gap. So it's like this gap from here to here. Closing, opening. It looks like we're gonna get a full fill. But again, that is rare, but can be perfect. It's based off the size of the opening range gap. I'll be streaming CPI full port, yep. I mean, yeah, this market is very bearish. I agree. Why would you want to buy? The news is against the stocks. I don't trade the news like that. 6957. 7. Or what 5.7 is exactly, but well, this is about as low as I'd want to see the market go if we're bullish. If we take out the data low, we just pretty much edged it, but I mean that's the low of the gap, so if we go lower than that, probably org fill, which means we're in extreme territory. I still want to be aggressive personally, so if we get a inversion here, I'll try it again. I'm happy to be aggressive with half risk. If I was full risk, I wouldn't be as aggressive, but we'll see. It's just looking like it's bearish, you know. I don't want to fight it like blindly. It's just bearish right now, you know. Not what I was expecting, not what my data says, but it's not 100% of the time. We'll just have to wait and see. We did take 2 pretty aggressive entries, like I'll be honest. Pretty aggressive. We front run it here. But aggressive setup, but not aggressive what's it called? Not aggressive idea. Like we weren't looking for something crazy. We're just looking for simply org to hold. So that's why I'm okay with it. In the 1-minute chart here. So we'll just see. Looks like we will get org fill, which is rare. Really, really rare for us to fill this large of an org that quickly. Well, maybe it signs to something really bearish, or we'll see what happens. Why can't I say my SL on trading view with Tradeify? You can't do it with Tradeify, unfortunately. 862,000 lost jobs. That's crazy. Will you be trading CPI? NFP did us bad today? Yeah, of course. Org is opening range gap. Yes, but what's the market filling the full org after already filling 75%? It increases. Yes, of course. Will you be trading CPI? NFP did us today. I actually do have those statistics too. Didn't take that second one. Needed more coverage to save a bit of money. Will you stream PM session today? Maybe. If I have more risk to trade with, yeah, I will. If I'm out of risk, you know, like, probably not then, but we'll see. Can we still trade gold on Apex? Of course, yeah, you can. I think it's just there's a specific amount how much you can. Outside of trading, great, brother, great. Thank you for asking. Did you miss the shorts? I mean, yeah, I wasn't really bearish. I wouldn't say missed, but I was not expecting a gap fill today. Didn't take that second one. Need a bit more coverage. Yeah, that one didn't have that much market confirmation, really. How can I get trading view to show org? You toggle regular trading hours. So go to the chart, switch to regular, and you can see the gap. This is where we closed yesterday. It's most likely going to fill now. Will we get a setup from there? I don't know. This is pretty bearish, if I'm being honest. Pretty bearish. Looks like we're still neutral higher time frame, unfortunately. No all-time high run. SPY doesn't get the new all-time high. Looks like we're going to have an inside day, to be honest. Not really a trend day at all. Which is kind of lame, but it happens. It's really just an inside day, is what it's starting to look like. Meaning the daily candle is just sideways. So full org fill there. Interesting. Gonna remove the quadrants there. There's org fill. Yeah, this might come for the daily low. So we're gonna full flip, which is pretty rare, actually, but it looks like we will come for that low of day. And we'll have to see what happens there. I don't want to fade this high. So it looks like it may just be bearish. We may have to come back in PM session or just wait. I guess the previous day high SMT, huh? Oh no, we did take previous day high. Interesting, yeah. Org fill on NQ as well. Very bearish. Yeah, it's a very clean sell model. I'll admit it's a very clean sell model. Very, very clean sell model. In terms of how it delivered. So if someone was bearish going into the day, To be honest, it's not the cleanest setup. I guess this order block is probably your best trade, maybe. I was definitely offside though, but I'm happy with the trades I took. Really, they had good narrative behind them. Maybe this one could have been avoided, but for a half risk trade, I'm okay with it. Now we'll just wait and see. The sell side is all the way here. This is low of day. I'm actually really surprised that we came back to NWOG. But what sucks more is the fact that we did come back here means it's probably going to be a like range bound daily chart still, meaning the daily chart has not or is not breaking out like the daily chart here. It's just going to be still a chop fest, you know. I thought we were going to break out this week. It looks like it'll be a chop fest. When will I switch bias? My bias now is more neutral, meaning I think it's going to be range bound. I don't think we'll make a higher high. I don't think we'll go like all the way down, like full dump today. I think we'll probably take out this low and start retracing. Would I take a retracement kind of trade? I don't even know. It could be fully bearish too. It's possible. This is really heavy. But maybe it is possible we get like Monday low. Possible. It's really bearish. So I'll annotate Monday low. There's low of day. This is Monday low. It's rare. It's rare, but the market is heavy right now. It's heavy, you know. I don't know if there was some news that was really bad or something, but it's heavy. Good shit, Og. Why didn't you change bias? Even if I did change bias, there's no entry. So even though at this point in time I'm thinking, okay, probably gonna go down, there's not really an entry there for me. Unless I took this. This was really the only one. And even then. Okay, even if you targeted low of day, which I wouldn't have expected, org fill was, you know, I didn't anticipate this much. Why didn't I change bias? Because I was simply not anticipating this much of a sell-off, you know. Offside today. Simply offside today, that's all. News volume was just food for bears. CPA. It's just because before even yesterday I went with hella bears. Interesting, yeah. It's really all it was. I just simply was not expecting this much of a sell-off. Very bearish. I don't even know if continuation setup is possible at this point. So we'll see what I guess CPI might have to be like the main move of the week because I mean, do we reverse off low of day? That'd be kind of crazy. I feel like it's more of a Hail Mary. Like logically speaking, possible. Logically speaking, hard to say. I wouldn't take a reversal trade. Tomorrow's open, no. I mean, NWOG tap, low of day, it's really rare. We really should not have taken this if we were bullish. We should have respected this. Now, is this some sort of extreme manipulation because of NFP volatility? Maybe, but I think it might be a stretch. I think I think it's simply like this high is safe and it's gonna go maybe to Monday low. The only issue is probably not gonna get a setup towards Monday low. I mean, there's not gonna be a trade. Tell me you missed your short today, so tell me you missed your short today so you can feel better. I just simply was not bearish at all. Like I wouldn't call it a miss short. I was just offside. You know, completely wrong bias. Don't kill me, but can you kill me? So I'm gonna see Oregon. Yeah. So switch to regular trading hours. Switch to regular trading hours. So symbol, session, toggle regular trading hours. Symbol, session, regular trading hours. Then you'll see the gap. So we'll just wait and see here what happens. You know, I think we're gonna get Monday low personally. I think we can continue here. PM reversal is unlikely actually, but it's possible with NFP. Possible. I just need to wait for more information here. What payout method is better? There's no better. It's all preference. I personally use Wise. Previously level 7, 9, why would it matter? Okay. I mean, guys, statistically speaking, there was a 11% chance that this happened. Like on any given day with an org this big, you know? So it is what it is, you know. Some people are gonna call that cope. I call it a, 10% chance. So that's all it is. It's hard to say what will happen now. I'm leaning towards all the way down here. I think this is likely. I think we can go down there. I don't see myself trusting any reversals. I wouldn't trust any reversal, but let's say the market starts to pump and it's 1050 macro, I may take a final continuation trade. Although it's looking more like it's going to continue lower. So right now, for me, bias flip. I'm leaning towards here. The only thing that'll make me anticipate this is if the next 20 to 30 minutes starts expanding higher, in which case I'll look for a later continuation. If you watch from regular Gatie, there are 3 lows from Friday. Look, Oregon's highs, Eiffel Tower. Yes, it's close to all-time highs. Are you trading ES today? I've been trading ES for a while. Bearish PO3 says lower now, correct. It says this high is unlikely to get taken, is what it says. Yeah, we took 2 longs at half risk, so we're -1 R today. For those wondering, $250 is 1 R for me. So if I'm down 250, that's like it's like 1 trade. Although I was half risk today, and I'll be staying half risk for the rest of the day. If I take another trade, who knows? Russell? Yeah, at times I use YM. I have YM open here. Loss in USD, 250 per account, so I guess 750 total. I'm trading 3 accounts only today. I shorted at 932. I got break even to the tick. Damn. -1 or all of us being offside is good risk management. No. Yeah, considering I took 2 trades. Yeah. Half risk protocol for NFP. Because NFP and CPI, the reason it's half risk protocol, special protocol, is because you can have extreme volatility. Meaning a lot of move can happen. Like a big move can happen. I thought there's gonna be a big move up today. I thought we are gonna get new all-time highs, etc., etc. I was wrong, obviously. Uh, I think we will come all the way down here, and if we do, that'll probably make the day for me. But we'll see. Do you think the reason we dumped today was because of R2Y dumped so hard to the data away? No, I don't think that's. I think we were just bearish. Does being wrong messes you? No. Because the thing is, this is where people are gonna call it cope. So somebody asked, does being wrong mess with you? I don't actually view it as wrong. I was just simply offside. Statistically speaking, we were more likely to trade higher. I was bullish. It ended up being not the case. I lost money. Does that mean next time I should be bearish? No, next time I should also be bullish. Every time I see this, I'm going to be bullish. That's never going to change because statistically speaking, it's going to be more right than wrong, right? So, was I wrong to be bullish? No, right? It just was bearish today, So I was offside. That's what risk management is for. That's what the stop loss is for. And I'm completely content with this because I know that as long as this can keep forming and I can keep managing risk the times that it doesn't plan out and the times that it does, I'm there. It's easy. Didn't close bullish, which is why AM session is probably over for me. I like the way you manage risk more than your trading style. Yeah, it's definitely all about risk management. I mean, to be completely offside, I took 2 aggressive trades, I'll admit. So, could argue that, it wasn't the best risk management. Probably could have avoided this loss. But, I would probably say that this probably could have been avoided loss. A little bit too. I'm okay with the aggressive because I really trusted my play. But this one might have been a little bit too aggressive, I was like really trying to be right about Org 75. I should just let the market confirm. So that was an aggressive trade, I'll admit. That one, I can afford to take it and lose it. But anyways, I think we're going to come here. But we're going to make a new low of week. That's pretty crazy, to be honest. Interesting. Are you happy with your entries? Nah, yeah, I mean, it's not a big deal. Like, I could take them again and still be profitable, in my opinion. But I think that second one probably could have been avoided. But I was half risk, so that's something to keep in mind. If I was risking fully $250 per trade and I took this, I would be upset with myself. There's no reason for me to be that aggressive if I'm going to take, So my entry was over aggressive, but my risk was passive. So I go straight down to So if we get any silver bullet protraction model, I'll take a short, half risk, and that'll probably be my last trade of the day. I'll take only maybe one more. If we get anything like this, I'll short to low of day. And we'll go from there. So the day's not over. You know, the day's not over. We still have the rest of the session and lunch and PM session. So if you stream PM session, so guys, PM session streams will start at 1:30 p.m. Eastern time every single time. It'll be 1:30 p.m. if I'm trading. The only days I'll trade PM is if I have more risk. So if I lose 500 on the day, I'll be done. I'll be done. ICT was live and he was targeting as well. He was kind of targeting lows getting hit. He mentioned the protraction model in his call. Did he say protraction or did he say some other thing? The thing is, I don't know if we're gonna get a continuation trade here. So probably what we're gonna do is wait for 10:30. 5-minute gap, 10:30 short, probably low of day protraction potentially. To sell side, maybe we'll take that. He said protraction. Oh my god, cool. Did he call it a daily protraction? That's usually what he refers it to. And Asia tomorrow, next day, next month, next year. Exactly, brother. But I mean, you know, for example, today we got more business today. Job's not finished. Job's not finished. It's 15-minute gap possible. I like that we're moving up right now. 10-minute gap right here. Sorry. Okay, we're locked in here. So 10-minute gap. We're gonna look for a short from here. NWAG will be confluence. Now that we're below it, we want to see the bottom respected. So if we do get that retracement here, 10:30 power 3 continuation, next hour should be bearish. We can potentially look for that short. Alternatively, we consolidate for the next 15 minutes. And then we trade into the 15-minute gap and then go. So we have two scenarios. I'm going to allow myself 2 more trades at half risk. So worst case scenario, we're down 250 bucks. As of right now, I want to see this. Nasdaq still bearish on the daily chart. You're right, Nasdaq does look bearish on the daily chart, but the idea was this low is probably intact, right? And we see the buy side, given that we took sell side, but who knows? Maybe those equal lows, you know, will be taken. Who knows? Who knows? Did you catch a trade? No. It's hard to say. ES looks like it's so bullish right there. YM is so bullish. Like everything is really bullish except you. Yo, is there a SPY option for YM? Or a thing option for YM? Possible reversal? It's possible, but very unlikely. I mean, it's always possible, but it is unlikely. So Imagine catching this whole move. How many points is it? I don't even want to check. It's probably going to come down here. Say you shorted that OB. 72 points. Holy. Damn. Nasdaq is around 300 too. Pretty crazy. Day low is here. Okay, it looks like we will get that retracement to the 10-minute gap. See if we can get there. This high right here. Also inside NWAC. So we have a good idea that we're not going to likely trade here. We should respect whatever price comes in here. So we want to really be finding our setup somewhere in here. Like our protected high should form, you know, relatively somewhere in here, ideally. So if we get it, we'll look for a short. DIA for diamonds, it's the Dow 30. Diamonds, not diamonds, Dow Jones. DIA for diamonds? What do you mean diamonds? DJI for this buy option? DJI options? YM? Dow? Dow options? DIA? DIA. How do I hop on the chart though? Here. 498. It's at 500. There's really no point putting that in there. I was gonna say potential put for the week, but it's not much. Guys, should we full port XFAs and do a good deed with the payout? Huh? Me? Should I full port my account and then do a good deed? Maybe one day, yeah. But I don't think today's that day. I have a better idea. Make generational wealth and then do good deeds all the time. You feel me? Up 2,000 for the day. Nice, brother. Gym? Enjoy the gym, man. 90% you, though. Let it be today. Get if you want side today. Enjoy the gym. Yep, great job. My bad is going up. I shorted. I want to see it go up. So if you want to take another short, if you can get it up to here, if that's where your stop loss is. If you want to put your stop loss like right here. That'd be great. If it can go right there. It's crazy how a simple decision about near-term buys can flip everything if you are disciplined. I saw an A+ short today, but buys stopped me. That's what bias is for. You know? Don't let the recency bias affect you. Think about all the trades that you don't take because they're against your bias, and it saves you from a potential loss. You know? Up to 1K on the eval, enter at 701 after 53 more short reject. Nice. Yeah, the short from yesterday's high. Well done, brother. That's a good play. It's a very good play. You think it will trace back into 8 a.m. zone? I don't think 8 a.m. zone. Oh, you mean 8 a.m. zone like here? Maybe during lunch, but I wouldn't expect that yet. Personally. You're in long. Good luck, brother. Lost my eval today on NFP. Really? You should have passed on NFP today. You must have. Sorry, I'm not trying to be. But NFP had no wick lower, so you should have made some moolah, brother. First trade on F futures is gonna hit some because I use code Gatie. That's what I'm saying, bro. That's good luck. That's good luck. Okay, we're entering that 10-minute fair value gap. The 15-minute gap is up here, so possible as well. I'll annotate it in case it wants to go and I just know where price is going. Regardless, what short would I take here? Even the CISD, 50% wick closure, something like this. Yeah, I would take something like this and trust that whatever high gets put in here is probably safe. So what I want to see is really, I'm going to have to wait for a good confirmation here if I'm going to take a trade. So 50% of this wick and the CISD from the 10-minute gap, respecting the order block here. If we get these confluences, I will take a short targeting Monday low. If not, ideally, what would be better is if the market pulls back here. that would be great because then we soup the high and then break. That would be better. Personally, I hope that happens. But I wouldn't mind if it wants to reverse. Like I would still take it if it happens now. But it's better from the 15 in my opinion. Because then we're also retesting that old low, which is, by the way, a breaker block. So this is your breaker. That's your 15-minute gap. We have this very specific price zone. That's a very good sensitivity target, I guess you can say. It's the last time. It's the last time. So we'll see if we get that soup. They're gonna mess with me. I'm gonna have to take it twice, which is why I'm gonna go half risk. So if we get the CISD here, so if the market comes here, I'm gonna enter short. I may get souped. It may do something like this. Then I will get stopped. But I will re-enter. And I will allow myself 2 more attempts at this short attempt. So I'm gonna look to take the short. I'm not gonna take it just yet. I'm gonna see if we get like 50% of the wick. Then I'll take it. Okay, I'm gonna take it there. Should be no more than a 10-point stop. 11 is fine. So this is the trade idea. It's down here. Like it's immediately coming against us. We've been like immediately getting destroyed today. One of those days maybe. Well, let's give it a chance. Give it a chance. Give it a chance. If we break lower, stop moves here, add contract. Every time I say that, the market just immediately stops me out. Which is fine. I'm prepared to lose $500 on the day. Hopefully we don't, but you know, we actually never got the 1 minute CSD. Maybe I need to stop front running. I mean, the 30-second closed nicely. 10-minute fair value gap. I like the break here. Looks like it may not be enough. Let's watch it on the 15-second. 15 seconds fun. Stops at the high. That should be protected if we're bearish. Otherwise, it's going to come up here. So I'll annotate this, and that'll be my last trade. If I get stopped now, the market comes up here, which it looks like it probably will stop me here. Pretty bad day overall in terms of P&L or just performance. So if we do go up all the way into that 15-minute bearish, I'll be stopped. But I'll look for one more trade, and that'll be my last one. 2R is my maximum loss for one day. So we'll see if this gets... probably will be stopped out here shortly. In which case, we'll wait for a deeper pullback. Yeah, that's third loss on the day. We'll leave that up here because people are going to keep asking. So I'll put it right here. Okay, so we have one more trade idea before I call it a day, and that's assuming we pull back. Assuming we pull back into that 15-minute gap, I'll look for one more short continuation towards the Monday low. This time we have to wait for closure. Like if I'm going to take one more trade, I should have waited for closure here, but I like 30 seconds, you know. And I already knew that there was a chance that I would be stopped and souped. So now we just have to wait. Now we just have to wait. Like if I make this bigger. So if I do take one more trade, which I may not, but if I do and I lose, I won't stream PM session because, well, I'm not going to do trading today anymore. If I don't lose, or I don't take another trade, or I win, I will come back in PM session and trade again as well. So that's the game plan in terms of risk management. would be the game plan, yeah. Because I don't want to lose more than 500 in one day. That's my max, right? That's my max. For my live account, it's 3%. So I have to make a recap of all the losses. Some Asia streams. I'd rather stream PM session. I don't have enough risk in one day to be trading Asia and PM and AM. If you win in AM, how much do you risk in PM? Depends. It depends. Yeah, we got cooked. I can't lie. If you win an AM, how much you risk in PM? Like it depends. It depends on what the situation. If I only win in AM, I'll probably risk profits in PM if I want to make more. If I make a lot of money in AM, I'm not gonna trade PM at all. If I make 1R, 1.5R, yeah, I'll come back and risk profits. I do it all the time to go for bigger winning days. That's where I get most of my payouts, to be honest, risking profits. The good news is 1050 macros coming. Tough day. Day's not over, man. It would be a tough day if I lose my next trade too. Maybe I won't take on the trade. You also can never, you can't just force it. Just because I have one more doesn't mean I have to take it. Although there's a good idea here, so. You're the most calm dude after you lose. I'm already expecting that possibility, right? I need you to win because I need guidance for PM session. I'll be doing a lot of PM session streams coming soon. I'll start streaming more PM session. A lot of people don't realize what PM session can do, I don't think. Anyways, I have to touch this gap. I'm not gonna be front running that, so I won't short this. Any break, if we broke below this, you're really gonna do this to me, huh? You're really gonna do this to me. The breakaway on the 15. You're really gonna do this to me. You're gonna make me decide on my last trade. I don't have two more trades, so I'm gonna have to wait. If we get a break, I won't take it. If we get a break and then another protraction, I'll take that one. Otherwise, I have to just wait for the pullback. I only have one more trade, so I have to make sure that it's the best one possible. It's not like I have two where I can short, and then if I get stopped, re-short again. So I wouldn't short this, guys. It would have to break below here. Even then, I wouldn't take it. I'll wait for the second protraction. So this would be a protraction in itself if we broke. But I won't take that. I'll wait for the next. If you only have one trade, you have to be very diligent, right? You don't want to take, an aggressive or mediocre setup. You have to wait for the best one. Unfortunately, I already took 3 losses at half risk, so I only have one more. Just fine. It's not a big deal. It's been a while since we had a 2-hour losing day. Usually, what happens, I don't want to say it because then people are gonna get hopeful and start aggressively copy trading. But usually, we do recoup. Usually, we do because to have 4 losses in one day is pretty rare for me. I have a genuine question. You are see what you did there? No, I don't really see what you did there. So break below here. Let's just copy this. So if we touch the 15, get the CISD, I'll short. It'll look something like this. Something like this. Around a 10-point stop with 3 contracts, so it's another 150. So just slightly over the 1R risk. Want to make sure we don't hit that target. Last time. Just the last time. Okay, NQ hits the 15-minute gap. We're in territory for shorts. I really hope ES can also just go hit that gap before breaking. Ah, they're going to do this to me, huh? I really hope they both just tap. I will take it with the SMT if we break. But I'm going to really hope that we don't. That's a pretty clean breaker. I'm going to make sure the setup forms... Whoops. I'm going to make sure the setup forms on NQ as well, though. You know what I need to do? Maybe I need to go back and make sure... Yeah, I guess that one trade probably shouldn't have been taken there. A little bit aggressive. I'm thinking about it even more. Camera died? No, it didn't die. Sorry, I just turned it off by accident. That's funny. Chance for reversal is very unlikely. There's always a chance, but it's unlikely. We're definitely not front running anything. That's for sure. No more front running today. I should have even not front run the last one. That was unnecessary. Today, honestly, my performance was pretty bad. I'll be honest. We front run 2 setups that were pretty aggressive. The only thing we did good today was that I half risked every trade. What's the max E-mini cons I can do when I full port CPI and Alpha Zero eval? I think it's 3 minis, or it might be 5. Hopefully it is 5. Let's get to 100 likes. 4 losses or 3 losses and 100 likes. Kind of crazy. No, I don't trust this setup. I gotta wait. More. I want to see these highs get taken. If we lay a body below that, I'll short it. ES would be better. Short wise. I'm gonna wait for a gap. I mean, wait for a closure. If it just goes, it's unfortunate, but I'm gonna wait for a closure. Cruel world, cruel world. Imagine this just like dives. Oh, let me get the trade PM session. You copy your trade, Gatie, or you trade your own. Sonu trades his own. Should I hop off or try to make it back? My psychology's pretty bad. Gatie on XFA, I made 3K 2 days ago, so I was over 1K buffer. Yesterday I lost 1K. I just made 800. A pretty good day, bro. All right. I'm going to short it, guys. Last trade of the day. If we lose, I'm in short. I don't know why I didn't go through. I'm taking the order block with the SMT. We'll just throw this at 19. I know I wanted the 15-minute gap, but there is an SMT there. Typical protocol for me. So, last trade of the day. Looking for low of day. Or, sorry, low of week, which is 921. 92. The TP at 920. Stop loss at the top of that order block at 955. Stop loss is 955. So risking 150. So slightly over 125. 955.50. And this is the last trade. It's already looking like it's going to immediately destroy us. It's a very tough day if it does. It may come up here and then break. I'm going to, accept that the SMT is there. It's already not looking good, if I'm being honest. But let's see. We did get the break on NQ and ES, so I waited for a second candle closure below that low. It's just like every trade I took today, we got immediately destroyed. Like this is like record breaking for losses. I'm assuming this one's gonna lose too. This is like pretty record breaking stuff. Yeah, we're stopped out there. So that's gonna be the last trade of the day. So minus $500 on the day. Actually, a little bit more, minus 550. I won't take another trade. I do think still this can go lower, and I think what's likely to happen is we're gonna get the 50-minute fair value gap, and the SMT is gonna break, and then we're gonna move lower. And I got faked out here. I'm gonna sit here and tape read, but I can't take the trade because that's it. That's my personal daily loss limit. So we'll sit here and tape read. It would kind of sting a little bit if it does form and play out. It might, and it is what it is if it happens. It probably will, but we'll see. We'll see. We shall see. We may just have to accept it. So there's the 50-minute gap. Hypothetically, I would short this inversion if it formed. So it would look something like this. If it forms. We're just going to have to sit here and watch. It's a reversal. Are we dead ass? It's unlikely, but I mean, who knows? Gatie, it's not you, it's me. I woke up and decided to copy trade you today. Tough day. Minus 2R. Which is fine. I mean, minus 2R is like not the worst day, right? BC? No, what happened in BC? 90-minute and microcycles. This might be pushed hard. Wait for the 0.6 level. So, good luck, bro. It's just stopped me at break even, then went full TP. This low right here. That's unfortunate, really. Well, new PA lesson. Next time 500 gets tapped, I move break even since we were dumping so hard. That's unfortunate, bro. Were you targeting the 15-minute gap? Yeah, I'll be only trading ES for a while. How long did it take for you to get your first payout? From when I first started trying or when I first started learning? What a messy day this was targeted. The unfilled 15-minute got chopped up. What made you change bias? Just the amount of displacement we had. And I think this drawn liquidity is pretty clear in my opinion. But yo, if we get a full reversal, I'll be honest, nearly impossible for me to predict. Like, this was so tough. I don't think I was in a single tick of profit today. I don't even think I was in a single tick of profit. When I first started learning, it took me 8 or 9 months to get my first payout. Yo, listen, today I ain't even gonna be mad, bro, because listen. We got 10 accounts loaded for CPI. I'm going to the basketball game later today. We're only down 2R, If you know, these what it is. I would take the first inversion, hypothetically. And listen, I'm not even gonna lie. Like, I can't even be mad. I took some bad trades today, guys. Like, let's be real. This long was pretty shit. That short was pretty shit. This short was actually pretty good in my opinion. And that long was pretty shit too. Yo, I traded shit today, guys. I'm gonna be straight up with you guys. Like, today was a bad trading day for me. But what I want you guys to learn is even though I traded terribly, I'm only down 2R. Right? You need to stop front running. I don't need to stop front running. I just need to front run better. I'll make a lot of money front running. No, I'm being honest. This is absolutely terrible trading. Like, I can't lie. You know, I can't lie. Maybe I got excited because of the wins we've had, but this is pretty bad trading. Pretty bad trading. Yeah, the risk was managed well, right? So we're totally fine. We're basically one win to recoup all that bad. How much percent did you lose? I only took one trade on my live account, so we're only down 1%. On my funders, we're down $500. For 4 losses, $500 is pretty good. Are you ignoring me? No, I'm not. Does OTE not work on higher time frame? Of course it works, but there's the context. It's all about context. It's not just like, oh, we touched OTE, short or long now. It's which exact range matters in which exact direction. Motivating how well? Well, I'm comfortable losing 2R on one day, right? All longs? No, 2 of them were short. We lost 2 longs and 2 shorts today. This is probably the worst performing day I've had in a really long time. Definitely the worst performing day we've had in a very long time. With 1,500 buffer left, how much would you risk per trade or per day? No more than 250. I wouldn't lose more than 500 in one day. It depends. You know how it depends on your risk tolerance, like, and what your goal is. Yeah, I think this should set the stage for lower prices for the rest of the week. So 150 per trade during a day. Yeah, I like that. I like that. Like 125 to 150 and then 250 to 300. Like, give yourself that range. You're done for the day? Yeah. I could trade my live account if I wanted to. But for the fundage on alpha futures, we're done. What do you trade for your live account? Did it accept Quebec people? Yeah, I use interactive brokers. I will sit here and tape read, though. I want to see what happens these next 10 to 15 minutes. If it does sell off, or if it does pump. I will take a, you know, I guess I can't even take a paper trade, right? Because we're following, how bad is the damage here? Yeah, so it's 750 over for this account. This is the paper trade account. We just had a great day yesterday, too. So no PM stream. Everyone wants a PM stream, huh? I could hop on my live account and trade PM. Ask Shaheen to touch the bull balls for us. Gatie, let's say you went to the market with no bias. Would you have shorted near open? No bias. Impossible. I would never do that. Like, so what you're basically telling me is, if I was going into the market with no idea of what was going to happen, hell no, I wouldn't take any trades. If I have no idea what's going to happen, how can I take a trade? You know? Am I just going to take every single setup? I would have maybe longed here, or maybe shorted here, or longed here, or then maybe shorted here. And then maybe shorted here, shorted here, shorted here. Like, if you take every setup. Can you say what broker you use for stocks? I also use interactive brokers, so the same one. How to use TradeScale? Did you buy it yet? It's pretty simple. I'm going to show on Friday because that's when I'm going to be syncing all my accounts again. I mean, bias according to how market opens. I don't understand what you mean. So if it goes down, bearish. If it goes up, bullish. Because that's not good. Because I want to see a manipulation first. So, but sometimes we'll have 2 manipulations, higher, lower, and then double purge. So that's not a good way for me to. Can you safely take displacement through lows with FEG retracement targeting 1-to-1 and be profitable? Good question. I actually think so, but I do think it would require you to cut losses early. Why have you been trading ES? Just better risk management. I can get multiple contracts. Shorts be valid from here? Yeah, I'm going to sit here and tape read it, or we can paper trade it if we get a break. That's the only thing I understand. That's a good place to start, brother. Start there. Start there. The only thing you have to really remove, in my opinion, is the 1-to-1. It's going to be hard to be, in my opinion, hard to be profitable with just the 1-to-1. You know? So start with that. Start with the 1-to-1. And then start studying your trades. How often can you aim for more? How often should you maybe aim for less? Which one should you not take? Right? Which 1-to-1 should you say? Not this one. How to trade CPI? What do you mean how to trade CPI? You mean like opening range breakout TP5? Or sorry, I don't know who it was, but the person asking me about bias. You guys can't let today let you guys influence like, oh, you shouldn't have had a bias. Like, I'm not trying to boost. I'm not the type of guy to brag, but you guys realize how much money and how many payouts I've gotten because my bias is most of the time consistently correct? Like, you know what I mean? Like, it's like, oh, today, Gatie, you were bullish. You should have just, this is why you should have no bias. Okay, I had one day where things went wrong. Maybe I'll have multiple days. It's nowhere near the amount of profitability that being on side has, So I'm not saying you need to have a bias. I'm just saying don't let one day make you decide what's best for your trading long term. Yeah, I can journal this in front of you guys if you guys want. I'm gonna wait. I mean, we can start the journal. This is just a tape read anyway, so we don't really have to watch it. So I suppose we can start the journal. Yeah, let me open it up here. So I only journal my live account. So I only journal my live account, and I'm down 1.3%, or it's like 1.2. I just 1.3% on my live account. And I'm gonna tape read this short if it breaks. I'll do a paper trade. I'll like again. I don't journal my funded accounts anymore. So these were my goals going into today. Trade conviction until risk management says no. Secure profits when it makes sense. Do not lose more than $300 today. And I'll go ahead and add. I'll go ahead and add a reflection here. So did lose for. Okay. Okay, you know what? Let's watch the setup and then I'll just do a proper journal because I think it may end up filling short here. And I think this potentially will be the one. This is a paper trade. But hypothetically, we're here. So we trade all the way back to org 1. Reject perfectly. Nice inversion, fair value gap inside the 1050 macro. This would be the first trade that doesn't immediately stop. Actually, this one, every trade we took today, we got immediately stopped out. This is a paper trade, guys. So not that it's a bad trade. This is probably the best trade of the day, if I'm being honest. Like, if I'm being honest, this was the best trade of the entire day for me. And I'm not saying you should take it. I'm not saying any of that. I'm simply saying I'm not taking this on my fundeds because I hit my personal loss limit. I don't want to break my risk management rules. That's the most important thing. And then we'll journal. So see how we manage this. So 9 points risk. Good news is we didn't immediately get stopped out. Every trade we took today, we immediately got stopped out, except this one. That's nice. That's nice. Could add one short here and move stops. Call it 5-3. So I'll add one short here and move stop to the body. Is there a 5-minute bullish? Yeah. So we're inside a 5-minute bullish. We'll see if that holds. Again, this is a paper trade. I did not take this on my funded accounts, which is just alpha. I'm only using alpha right now. I'm going to go ahead and move stop to the body. Which is right here. So 6. Yeah, let's go. 965. Oh wait, we never got filled extra short. I mean, whatever. The stop can be moved there anyways. I had my short at the bottom here, in case I did a little soup like that. So I'm just eyeballing 75% of this gap. That's where I want my fill to be. Yeah, so we could take it at 953. I'll add one contract short here, and my stop's at the body high now. Is anyone here from Toronto? Out of curiosity. I'll probably just buy the lower low here at 654. You guys are? I'm gonna watch the Raptors game today, bro. It should be good. I can't lie. I placed a bet on them too. Raptors to win. Slowing down here, but at least it's not showing strength. NQ looks a little bit good too. YM looks pretty good. You going home to the? You going to the game? Or I'm gonna watching. I'm gonna go to the game. Yeah, I'm gonna go. Yo, that Hornets fight was crazy, bro. That Hornets fight was crazy. I'm happy you saw that. I do have a funded next code. I don't get commission from it, but you can use it if you want for 5% off. Sneaky. DIA be difficult? I don't know what that is. Did you guys see the fight in the NBA a couple days ago? The Charlotte Hornets one? Yo, that guy be taking too many fights, bro. Too many fights. BI made the All-Star game? Bro, I don't think he really deserves it, bro, if I'm being honest. I don't know. I don't want to take it away from him, but like I feel like he doesn't deserve it. I don't know. He just kind of got lucky, that Steph. Not from Toronto, but moving there in November from Ireland? Cool. Yeah, that fight was crazy. The All-Star game? No, I'm not going to the All-Star game. I'm going to the Raptors game. Raptors are playing Detroit, and Detroit's like my favorite team in the NBA. So I know I'm not in on my funded, but I am in on my live account. So we'll see. Okay, there we added the contract short. That's 4 contracts. I think maybe 8.5, 9 times 5, 40, 40 times 4. 40 times 4. 9 times 5 is 45. 45 times 4 is 180. It's a little bit over half risk, but it's a paper trade anyways. Isn't this a breaker for longs? The breaker would be here. So just for simplicity, I'm going to mark it out like this. That would be your bullish breaker. If you're bullish, right? Otherwise, you would sit here and wait for the bearish breaker, which would be here. Which would be a great pyramid, by the way. I would add on that breaker with a stop loss like here. That'll probably be the next play. Anyways, this is really slow now. Like the NFT volatility is dying off. There's a big trading community in Toronto. Are you tapped in? Nah, I don't. I can't be asked. I can't lie. I don't really mess around with anyone like that. Could you go longs? I'm trying to see something. What? I got cooked today, little bro. Trusting just an inversion versus regular FEG retracement entry different, please. Trusting just an inversion versus regular FEG retracement entry. It depends on your style. What do I think about VWAP? To be honest, I know nothing about VWAP. Pretty much nothing about VWAP. Gatie, what would you recommend as starting balance on a live account? At least 2.5K. Thank goodness we didn't take this trade because we would have been destroyed. Well, it's lost it on my live account though, to be honest. So at least we didn't take it on our fundeds. Although it's not out yet. Wait, it's definitely out. What just happened? Say at least 2,500 USD. Do I know Barry? Of course, yeah. You think PROPFIRMS can tell if you go short on personal funded accounts and long on props? On personal live account? No. There's no way. You can't make this up. I don't even know what to tell you, bro. This is, I guess, TradingView paper is like completely bugged out. I didn't get stopped on the live account, but I think I will shortly. So I'll show you guys how I journal an absolutely brutal day. I'm gonna start the journal now. Just assume this trade lost. 4 trades unfunded, and this is gonna be minus. We haven't lost yet, so let's just leave this blank for now. Lost 4 trades unfunded, each half risk. To be honest, I'm gonna be honest with myself. Trading was awful today. Today was offside, which is fine. However, I was taking very aggressive entries and would argue that criteria number 3, strong confluences for setup, was not really present in any trade except trade number 3. Live account executions were good. Live account executions were good. No, second live account. So this is how I journal. This is all I do. I set goals for the day, and then I reflect, and then I put my executions. So I don't usually journal my funded accounts, but because I'm more focused on my live account. But for my funded accounts, I just journal with TradeZella. So to be honest, trading was awful today. Was offside, which is fine. However, I was taking very aggressive entries and would argue that criteria number 3. And this is for funded, right? That's what I would journal on my funded, right? I like that I am, notice I'm going to talk with positive self-talk here, okay? I like that I'm confident and trusting myself. However, it cannot be misplaced with fear of missing the move, right? Need to trust the criteria checklist. That is what boosts my profitability long term. Very content with how I risk managed, taking 4 losses at half risk, only losing on the day, more like 550, but false risk only $550 on the day. It's very good for a bad day. In terms of the goals, we weren't really able to accomplish. I mean, we didn't lose more than 300. Live accounts, trade 1 was definitely avoidable. Trade 2 was very good. That's what I'll put there. Manage risk well and accomplished the goal that I could. Yeah. So what am I going to do now? This is where things get spicy. This is where things actually matter. I'm going to go here and say follow full checklist diligently. And I'm going to put that for my goal tomorrow and the day after, right? Why? Because I already made that mistake today. And if I want to improve directly from today for tomorrow and the day after tomorrow, I need to now start focusing on this. Because I wasn't even able to follow my checklist greatly, So yeah, this stuff is fine. I didn't lose too much money. I wasn't able to add or cut any trades, which just got destroyed. Trade conviction until risk management says no. I did this, right? I told myself that I want to keep trading and trust my bias until I cannot do that anymore. I did this correctly and obviously wasn't able to secure profits. So these are all like neutral, so we can make them blue. Maybe I'll start implementing this. But now I need to start. Well, this is tomorrow, so this doesn't even count for today. But this is what I need to do. Follow the full checklist diligently. So tomorrow, that's going to be our goal. When I start stream tomorrow, you guys are going to hear me say, today I just want to make sure that every trade I take follows the checklist diligently. That's how I journal bad trading days. You know, I'm not even going to tape read anymore today. I'm actually just not even going to look at the charts. Do I think it can go lower still? Yes, I do. But I'm not even going to bother at this point. You know, I think potentially the 30-minute gap here, you know, it looks pretty clean in my opinion. But again, I was already, you know, absolutely pretty much destroyed today. If we get a full reversal, that would be kind of crazy. I'm not going to lie. You know, if we come back all the way up, I think today was difficult because it was a range-bound day. And range-bound days tend to be difficult. So, you know, yeah. You think W mental? I've been doing this for a long time, you know. Can we trade futures with that much live balance? If yes, which broker? Yeah, you can trade with even less. All the brokers, really. If you're in the US, I'd recommend TradeStation. My win rate, my trade win percentage, it depends. I'm pretty streaky, to be honest. I want to trade like you. You can. You can trade even better than me. How do you take your buy for a PM session? I'm going to look for a PM session continuation. So what looks like is going to happen is we're going to put a lunch high and then break, and then you want to target that lunch low. That's what I would anticipate happening. So lunch low, whatever puts in for after 11:30. That's what I would look for a PM session. But I won't trade it, you know. At least not on the fund. It's most likely I won't. I got started with 2 days in a row, then hits full TP. It happens, bro. I'm proud of you too, Sonu. Anyways, I gotta call it a day. I could sit here and tape read shorts, but they may just keep failing the entire day. Today was not easy, in my opinion. I had a bad day, but you know, I'm sure a lot of people made money today. So if you did, well job, good job. As long as you followed your rules and everything. Do you publish show statistics of your trading? No, it'd be kind of difficult. I haven't been trading my live account for too long. The only thing you'll see is every single stream, right? I take all my trades on stream. So there's over 500 streams of the last like 500 days on YouTube. If you really want to go back and see all my trades, you can. There is I do have a Discord where I journal my trades. So you can look there. One trade caught the best setup and managed risk. Nice, well done, Sonu. Perfect. I had actually wrong bias. It seems like I had wrong bias twice today. Seems like I had wrong bias twice. Love to watch you read and analyze the market. Lost today after 4 winning days. Part of the journey. Yeah, as long as the red days on the calendar are not that large, it'll be fine. Bro, cut it out. Stop trading. All right, guys. I guess that's it for the trading journey then. Unfortunately, I was excited to keep going, but I'm gonna have to quit now. Unfortunately, it was a good run though. It was a great 3 years. It was a great 3 years. Great 3 years. 4 stop outs. Yeah, 4 stop outs. 4 of them. Love to watch you. And you're still looking a trade? Question mark? No, I'm done trading for the day. But even if I did, just because there was 4 stop outs, I don't think that's really a bad idea. We're down $500 on the funded and 2.3% on the live account. What do you mean? What do I mean? What do I mean? You asked me a question. I answered no. How do you retires? No, I was joking, guys. Obviously, I was joking. Done trade for the day, gang. You take anything? Yeah. Four half risk losses. So we're down 2R, down 2.3% on the live account. So time to journal, time to reflect. How can I have seconds time frame, but I don't want to pay for premium? You have to pay for premium if you want seconds, brother. Or trade with Top Step. That's your only other option. So either you trade with Top Step or you pay for premium. It's two options. B, break-even day, made profit back from shorting news. First meditation news channel. Nice, bro. Yeah, that's pretty much it. How much profit today? Minus $500. Just buy an alpha account when you got seconds in Tradeify. Oh, Tradeify has it too? There you go. I guess you can go on Tradeify as well. So just buy a PROPFIRMS account. Also, Alpha also offers it. Okay, so you can do Alpha. I didn't know. If you get an Alpha account, then you have it. I was up $300. Now I'm at zero. That's okay. Could be worse. Could be like me, down 500. Anyways, appreciate you guys coming through. I will see you guys live tomorrow. Lucid Pro is the best. Lucid Pro is the best if you want an easy eval, but Lucid Flex is a little bit better if you want a better funded. Anyways, it's time for me to lock in. I gotta go journal, do my personal reflection. I appreciate you guys coming through. I'll see you guys live tomorrow. Tomorrow maybe PM session stream. Although Thursday PM when Friday is CPI. Yeah, we'll do bootcamp call. Yeah, 11:30. Let me make an announcement. Take care. Appreciate you guys coming through, and I'll see you guys live tomorrow.